Hey everyone, I got a request to do a comparison between the M&P9 and the SD9VE. Now, I do own the Smith & Wesson SD9VE, but I don't have a Smith & Wesson M&P9. So what I did was, I basically just took these photos, I cropped them off of the actual Smith & Wesson website to see what the real differences are for each gun. Now, I'm going to cover the SD9VE, which is self-defense 9mm value enhanced. And I'm going to cover the actual specs of the gun itself. So as you can see, 9mm, it holds 16+1. It's striker fire, 4-inch barrel, front sight's white dot, metal. The rear sight is 2 dots, plastic. And then the total length is 7.2 inches. The total width is 1.29 inches. It weighs 22. I got 22.5 ounces with the magazine unloaded in the gun on my scale, but Smith & Wesson claims it's 22.7 ounces. So I don't know if that's what the magazine in or not. The grip is just the polymer frame itself. The frame material is, like I said, polymer. Slide material stainless steel, barrel material stainless steel, two-tone look. So now we're just going to move over to the M&P. Now the M&P is a 9mm also. It only has 10+1 round capacity. The barrel length is 4.25, so 4 1/4. So it's a tad longer. Front sight white dot also, rear sight low profile carry 2 dot. It's got a trigger pull of 6.5 pounds. The SD9 has a trigger pull around the 8-pound region. It has your reset, trigger for travel, all that. It's considered a large frame pistol. The finish for the slide and barrel are black 68 HRC. It's treated metal, heat treated. Your overall length is 7.62 or 7.63 inches of the gun. So it's, like I said, it's a tad longer than the SD9. It's a little bit bigger. Material for the frame, I'm sure it's the same as the SD9. If you can't tell, these frames look almost identical. It's just a different mold. Just a quite different mold just for the beaver tail on the back here. The beaver tail is just a tad different, the grip. But other than that, the material for the frame is the Zytel polymer, stainless steel barrel and slide, just like the SD. It weighs 24 ounces. Now, I don't know the exact weight. That's just from the Smith & Wesson website because I don't have this gun, like I said, and I didn't put it on a scale, so I'm pretty sure that's just with the empty magazine in the gun. The overall height is 5.5 inches. And the width is 1.2 inches. From the sight length from end to end, I believe, is 6.4 inches. They don't really give description of that. So it's a bigger gun than the SD9, and lengthwise, widthwise, it's just a tad narrower. What really is a big deal for a lot of people is the round capacity and the price point. As you can see, Smith & Wesson MSRP is $569. I'm pretty sure you can get this for around $500. If you take off about $100 off the MSRP, that's about how much you can get a gun for. Not always, but most likely. This one, MSRP $389. I got it for $259.99 out plus tax out the door. So from what I could see, there is no really big difference in these guns. They both have, looks like the same trigger guard. The slide release is the exact same spot. I know the sights for the M&P and holsters will work for the SD9. So if you're looking for an M&P but you can't afford it and you want something probably a little more on your budget, the SD9 will take the M&P sights and the holsters. And that's about it. I mean, like I said, M&P is just a tad bigger in length or longer, and that's, to me, that would be a big deal, a price difference there. I mean, you can see it's almost a $200 price difference. Also, the gun, the M&P is just a tad, I would say, just built better just by a little bit. I think the increase in the pricing is because of the heat-treated slide and barrel. Other than that, I would say they're practically almost the same gun beside the trigger pull. Now, I don't know why exactly. The trigger pull is just better on the M&P, but like I said, the SD9's got about an 8-pound trigger pull, give or take. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the sights are roughly the same. I don't have one as an example to compare. I do, like I said, the SD9 is mine, but I don't own an M&P, so I have rented an M&P at a gun range and shot it, and it shoots fine. I mean, it's just like any other striker fire, it feels like. I mean, it's got a nice break to it. So if you're debating between these two guns, this is totally up to you. If it's a deal breaker between the round capacity and the price, you're going to get a little bit better trigger pull, like I mentioned earlier, and you can see in the description. But other than that, to me, the SD9 is a little more compact. It's just a little bit wider, but to me, that's not a big deal, especially when you're holding actual seven more rounds, because it's actually 16 plus 1, so your total 17 rounds. So, yeah, I mean, that's a big deal, I guess, to me. I mean, I would, if I was going to consider buying an M&P, which I just don't get why these M&P9s full size are only holding basically 11 rounds total, but, you know, I don't know. So, anyway, guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to show you the actual guns themselves. It'd be pointless to show you this one and not show you that one. So, anyways, I hope this comparison helped out a little bit. I know, like I said, somebody requested for me to do a comparison video to see how each of these models from Smith & Wesson go head to head, and if I can get my hands on an M&P, I will test fire each gun to compare them to see which one I think is personally better. But like I said before, if you're just looking for a budget gun and you really can't afford anything else and you want something, I believe that this SD9 is more like a Glock 19, to tell you the truth. The trigger, the round capacity, the same dimensions almost as a Glock, the same feel. And that's probably one of the reasons why I bought it. I didn't buy it because I wanted a Glock. I bought it because it was a really good deal on it. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. If you have any questions about these guns, let me know. I don't know much on the M&P. Like I said, I've just rented one from a gun shop and shot it a while back. It's been a couple years, but I do like the feel of both of them. As you can see, like I said, the frame looks almost identical, just a little bit different molding for some reason. But other than that, guys, check out our other videos, and we'll see you all later. Thanks again for watching.